All right, guys. Mr. Butler again. This is the last time you have to deal with me for this unit, so don't worry, you're almost done. All right, we will be dealing with 3 things today. We will be dealing with your contrapositive, your biconditional, all right, and then a couple more symbols. All right, and that's what we will be doing for this last lesson. All right, so we will start with what we started with in the last 2 lessons: our conditional statement, splitting it apart, finding our first 4 parts, right? First 4 pieces, then finding our next 2 negated pieces, and then we have a couple more symbols to add this time, and then we'll work through a couple more. Okay, so here we go. Our statement is, if I run, then my feet hurt. Okay, so there's my conditional statement. Now, let's break it down. All right, we're getting pretty good at this. If. It's always if. Okay, when we look at our symbols or our shorthand, we leave it out a lot. Okay, we leave it out a lot, but it always starts the statement. Do not forget about it. Okay, we have our P, who by now you guys know is our hypothesis, right? Always comes after the if. So there's our if, then our hypothesis, right? So our hypothesis here is I run. Okay, we have our then, okay, which is often denoted as an arrow, right? Our arrow, then, okay? And finally, we have our Q, right? Or our conclusion. This stuff is going to sound old to you guys after a while. I apologize. But our conclusion here is my feet hurt. Okay? Then we have our squiggly P and our squiggly Q. Okay? These guys, remember the little squiggly means negation. And negation means to make it the opposite. Right? So we have our normal P, I run, and now we want to do our opposite P, our negated P. Okay? I run, I don't run. Okay? The opposite. Same thing with our squiggly Q, our negated Q, our negated conclusion, right? My conclusion, or Q, is my feet hurt, right? My negated conclusion is the opposite of that. My feet don't hurt. Okay, so those are our first 6 parts. That's what we know so far. Now, we're going to add a few more symbols today, right? These symbols can be used. All right, so one of our new symbols is this guy. Little caret, okay? That means and, all right? There are no tricks to these symbols, guys. You just have to memorize them. Unfortunate, but true, okay? Just got to memorize them. Arrow going up is and. Arrow going down is or. Okay, up and down or. And then we got this little guy. Our little 3 dots. That is therefore. Okay, now with those guys added, you have all the pieces for any puzzle you're going to have to put together. Okay, so today we will finish up with 2, 3, 4, 5 new puzzles really quickly. Okay, and you guys will be well on your way. As long as you break it down beforehand like this, your life gets really, really easy. So let's start with our contrapositive, right? Our contrapositive. We'll write it right down here. And I apologize, guys, for running out of space, but such is life. Okay, so our contrapositive. All right, our contrapositive is our switcheroo and our inverse, right? So it looks something like this. Negated Q to negated P. All right, so when we are writing this out, okay, we start with what we always start with, if. Okay, and then we just find our puzzle pieces. It's that easy, guys. All right, once you write it out like this, I'll tell you a million times. It just makes your life easy. So, negated Q, the opposite of your hypothesis. Let's find it. Boom, my feet don't hurt. If my feet don't hurt. Okay? My feet don't hurt. There's our arrow, which is also our then. Okay? Then, all right? Squiggly P, right? Our negated hypothesis, or the opposite of our hypothesis. Let's look. There's our normal P. There's our negated P. I don't run. Okay? If my feet don't hurt, then I don't run. Okay? Good. Now, let's look at our biconditional statement. Right? Biconditional. Okay. And here, guys, here is where I lied to you. I apologize. Okay? These guys are your first 6, right? Add these 3. That makes 9, and you actually have one more, okay, that I forgot about. I apologize. Okay? Your last one is this guy. It is your arrow pointing both ways. Okay? And what that stands for is it stands for if and only if. Okay? If and only if. That's what that 2 arrow means. Okay? So when you see the double arrow, okay, just stick that phrase, if and only if, into the statement. Okay? I'm going to show you this. This is the biconditional statement. Now the biconditional statement is this. Okay, P, 2-way arrow, Q. Okay? So, in this situation, because you're going to use your if in the middle, you don't start with it. Okay? All right, this is one of the rare occasions you don't start with it. When you're using these symbols, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, you don't use the if. All right? That's why I taught them to you last. They are a little bit different than these guys. If you're using these guys, then you don't use the if. Okay? So, let's find our pieces. P, we know over here, is I run. I run. Okay? And then our biconditional statement, if and only if, right? There's our puzzle piece. Find out what it means. There you go. If and only if, okay? And then Q, we'll find it over here, our conclusion. My feet hurt. Okay? Okay? So there you go. If and only if my feet hurt. So guys, please write some of this down. I'm going to erase some of it. I don't have enough board space. I apologize. But we'll keep moving. Okay? So our last 3 statements are easy ones. They're just this. P, arrow Q, Q. Okay? They look different, but they're very easy once you have your puzzle pieces. I'm going to say it again. I apologize. Right? What's your P? I run. Okay, what does your up arrow mean? And. Okay, and then whatever your Q is. My feet hurt. I run and my feet hurt. You guys will notice there is no if in that statement. I told you guys with this one, this one, this one, and this one, you don't use the if at the beginning. Okay? Next, P, we know as I run. Okay, our new little symbol is or, right? Or, and then you finish with Q, or conclusion. My feet hurt. Okay? This last one starts with this shape. Find the shape. Okay, it's that simple. Therefore, okay, and then P, right, up here, I run. Okay? So guys, what we did today is we took our original conditional statement, P to Q. We broke it down into our 6, okay? Then we learned 4 more new ones, right? And, arrow up, or arrow down. Therefore, 3 dots, okay? And then our double arrow, if and only if, right? And we learned how to put those together into new final statements. Contrapositive was your negated Q to negated P, all right? Your biconditional was your P, 2-way arrow Q, right? And then down here we have our and statement with the and in it, our or statement with an or in it, and our therefore statement. So that's it for these conditional statements. Guys, the most important thing to remember is just break them down. Remember your symbols, okay? And you'll be fine.